Hello and welcome to the channel today, folks. Today we are going to take our first little voyage into Elite Dangerous Horiszons.
Sit down, shut up, hold on, drivers, start your engine!
So folks, this computer was essentially built as a flight simulator, but as with my return to gaming, the one thing I've always wanted to play, and I've loved it ever since I first started computing back in the very mid 80s, so 84, 85, I used to play a computer game called Elite, and I learnt my computering almost 40 years ago, 37 years ago, on this game called Elite, which was a wireframe game where you got in a ship, went and fought the Thargoids, or actually the challenge was to get to the first space station with a cargo or something to make some money. But it always was that you got beaten up by some Thargoids, or you crashed flying your ship into the docking area of the space station. It used to be a letterbox that used to spin, and if I can find a bit and I can insert it into the video, I'll do it here. However, a number of years ago, Elite Dangerous was launched. After various legal battles with the creator of Elite Dangerous, they actually got permission to recreate the game, and they created this wondrous marvel that is Elite Dangerous Horiszons. There have been a couple of guises of this. Elite Dangerous was first, Horiszons is the second expansion, and then they've gone on further, to which, personally speaking, the next version of Elite Dangerous, whatever it's called, I'm not a lover of. So we won't be playing that, but what we're playing here is the third rendition of the original game. And as you can see by the screens in front of you, I've actually given you a bird's eye view on a camera up there, so you can see the entirety of my screens, 180 degrees of forward, left and right views on my screens, and we're going to go into the game. We're going to take a short journey, we're going to take a short mission. I'm currently flying this Type 6, a Lakon Type 6, which is a cargo ship, which I've converted into a taxi, a space taxi, and I've got 28 million credits. There's this thing called ARCs, which, in all fairness, Elite have produced this reward scheme to buy stuff, but I don't buy stuff in the game. I just love what it is, and I can genuinely tell you this is a phenomenal game. I play in open play, so the one thing about Elite is it's a one life. If you're dead, you're dead. So as it is, I play in open, so I can get shot, killed, annihilated by anybody, and that's the way it is. So we'll come back to the spaceship in a bit, and we'll talk about that. But on the screen in front of you, I hope you can see the center of my flat panel. So in this mission, we are going to go to the passenger lounge, and we're going to choose some profitable routes from these advertised missions, and we're going to look for people who want transport, and we're going to pick some missions to a nearby destination.
A few minutes later.
So Tobias set. Where's he going? He's going to Northwood Ring. He's going to somewhere else. This is pretty rubbish, folks. They're all going to different locations. Die set. Northwood Ring. Clear route. Plot route. Clear route. There we go. Happy days. Right. The fire set. We're going 2 bumps, which is fine. Northwold Ring, pit cabin. It's 3 seats. You get that one. Accept contract. Going back to the bottom. Pit cabin. These are 3. Go for me first. Accept contract. Northwold Ring, pit cabin. There's 2 of him. He's going up a class, of course. He's going to a different destination. Pit cabin. Accept contract. So the one thing, folks, this does take is a little bit of messing about to start with. Here we go, folks. This is the best bit of this game. We're fully refueled. We got all repaired and we got all our items stocked. We are going to head out and we are going to launch. So here we go. This is all down at the computer. I have the pleasure of owning a launch computer and a landing computer. But what you get to see now is the absolute marvel that is this game. You also get to hear a distinctive voice of Bubble. If any of you know Abfab and remember Bubble, poor girl passed away a couple of years ago, but she's epic, she's very funny. But we've got her name in the game, got her voice. Every time you pull up to a station virtually, it'll be Bubble. So you'll see we've got to leave the station within a minimum amount of time. Here we go. On the left hand side of the central radar there, you will see a radar. I'm just gonna, no, I'm not allowed to. I was just going to adjust our power settings. So you have the option to switch power from system to engine or to weapon. Don't carry any weapons. That's our launch complete, and away we go. I'm being scanned by the old Bill, I guess. At this point, if you're carrying any rebels or illegal stuff and the police scan you, you can be what's the word? You can be boarded, arrested.
You are now clear of station perimeter. Have a good flight, Commander.
So here we go, we're going to bring this round. We're flying away from wherever our target is. I got a funny feeling that we're going to show you the station. There's the station, it's majestic. Look at that bad boy. That's what they look like, and we'll arrive at one and we'll enter it, we'll go into it. Here we go. And this is how we fly. We line up with the station and we hit our frameshift drive. And we'll prepare the drive and then we'll accelerate up to the relevant power. It'll prepare the boost and it'll fire us into into a warp corridor. And in Elite Dangerous, the galaxies are arranged on around a central star. That star in each case will be a sun, and as we arrive, we'll arrive into that galaxy at the sun, and if we don't fly out of its way, ultimately we'll crash into it. There we go, we are auto mapping as we go. We're auto mapping the galaxy, finding things that aren't there. Now we just have to watch that temperature gauge there, just to the left hand side of the radar. Interesting info up on the right hand side that you can see. That'll tell us of any threats. But we're gonna fly over to the next destination, doing exactly the same thing. You'll see the temperature start to climb up on the left hand side. 61 degrees as we hit warp drive. And we'll fly down the space route. Now, as I say, I've been playing this for 4 or 5 years. Here we go, need to fly out that way. And then we just need to do a little bit of navigating. So, I believe is it tab? We just need to move across to our thing here and go to the destination that we expect to fly to. There we go. And we're going to, I believe, put Super Cruise Assist, target obscured. So we're going to press 1, move to line of sight of target. So, if I fly left, it will be quicker to do that. And then I have a flight assist. You can see the logo on the left hand side has changed to show we're going to fly to a space station. Oh, it's the other side of the moon, so we will skirt around the moon. Here we come. And as with the majority of our solar systems, our solar system at least, the planets are arranged gravitationally around a central ring, so they're all roughly in line, in the same sort of plane around the sun. I'm not going to try to explain astrophysics to you. You don't need that, but what you just need to understand is they're all in an arc around the central sun. And as we can see on the map down below, you see down there you've got a radar. There's 3 moving yellow dots and there's 7 planets. Well, those 3 moving yellow dots could be a threat, and we're actually targeting the Northern Scald Ring. So we got Super Cruise Assist active, so that will fly us in. It will actually target us. If I was doing this manually, I believe we have a threat behind us. Looking at that, we have a potential threat. He's holding pace behind us. We may be attacked at this point. He's just come down to the same altitude as us, and we might have a problem. Not entirely sure whether you can see it. Left hand side of the screen, there's a distance and speed and 2 areas marked in blue. We have to match our speed to the target of those 2 blue zones. That's relatively slow, our distance. And then on the speed, there's 5 blue dots. We just need to align in that. And if you look to the bottom center of the screen, you'll see a little blue arrow and 5 dots. That is our overall cruise control. I don't have to control the throttle. It will automatically do it for us. I think I might just have to press J as we arrive at the destination, the target. It looks like a water world, pretty much like Earth. We see it coming into alignment here. It's got clouds, it's got an atmosphere. Our destination, look, is actually behind the planet, and it looks like it's going to skirt us quite close to that planet. That's quite dangerous. I believe I'm going to fly us away from there. Here we go. Ah! I misread that completely. But we're slowing down. And I'm going to come back online with the space station and we are going to close in. We're back in line and it's going to do it for us. I didn't want to fly into that planet. So those trails there, those bright lights on the left hand side, they are Super Cruise wakes. And here we come, we're in. We're in. So beautifully, this is our target destination here, our space station. We must submit a docking request. There we go.
Request approved. Please head directly for Bay 20. You are approved for automated docking.
A few messages popped up there. Not entirely sure. I'm just gonna. Oh dear. Here we go. Automated docking. So we're now gonna centralize up. This looks like a food planet, a food station. Can you see in the rings? You can't see it because it's gone out of your direction, but we're going to enter the landing pad. We've been allocated landing pad 20 with a limit of 9 minutes 65432 to land. And there you go, it's a green planet. It's a farming base where there's plenty of food but not much industry, so we might not have much choice in the way of relevant items, but it's absolutely awesome. Graphically, brilliant. Prepare the hull. Just fuel.
Before landing checklist. Station services are at your disposal.
So we've actually stayed aboard. I'm just gonna click exit, and then we're gonna actually go to hangar. So we'll go below ground. This looks like a high-technology destination. So, it looks wealthy. And there we go, we're down. We're just going to access the starport services now. And we're going to go to the passenger lounge. And we're going to offboard our passengers. Going to take the money at this point. We're not going to take the influence.
Incoming message.
So what we'll normally get is second missions from these people. We will get the opportunity to take further contracts. We will. So I've skipped through a few, but you'll get increases in reputation with the destination. If you're playing the game properly, you'll be working your way through the storyline, and you'll be aligning yourself with one of the relevant superpowers in the galaxies. 10 tourist transport there, look. Hostile ships. It's allowing us to do that one, I think. Let's go to the bottom and start down here. 500,000. That's 21 light years. 21,000 light years away. That's a long way to go. We're not going to be able to do that. So you just have to be aware that they're out. Some are outside of your scope. Deriser. That's a main story mission. I don't play too many of them. Again, look, 21,000, 21,000. The game wants you to amass at these areas where these missions are. If we were to plot that route, it wouldn't work for us. It wouldn't allow us to plot those kind of routes. Look at them. We're gonna have to sightseeing adventure. We're not doing that. Not by any means. 21,000, 21,000, 21,000. It's not where we want to be. So there ain't many missions we can get here. That's about the only one. as a transport. Alana Dois, yeah, there's another one. That's going to Dachau. Same. Vibock Hub. Vibock Hub, looks like the same guy. Goddard Port, so it's a different place. So we have the choice of just one. We have one or the other mission to go to. We don't have any other choice here. So I think we might pick 328,000, 323,000. I think this is the one we're going to go on. So we're going to open the galaxy map and do the plan again. Dachau. Take that one, plot it. Looks like... Oh, I'm spinning it when I should be moving it. It looks like just 2 jumps, like the last one. 2 jumps. So, quite happy to do that. Gonna pick the cabin. He's gonna go in first or business, so there's 4 of them. Or is there 2 of them? 2 of them. So we'll put them up front. Nobody minds. And we'll get over to that destination. We'll just quickly see if we can sell some maps. Just trying to make some buck. No, we can't, but we're fine. We've got no dramas here. Off we go. We're going to quickly auto launch. And on our way. No dramas. We're just taxi running. We're grinding. It's called the big grind. We'll be on our way. Again, stunning launch. Graphics are brilliant.
Landing restraints lifted. You are go for departure.
So the question is, what software am I using to give myself this ultra surround? It's actually a program called SWRE. I will give props to the guy that designed it, made it. Ultimately, it just makes your game image the same size as your screens, and with that you can get around not using the Nvidia desktop or the screen sharing apps. So this program does it seamlessly. It is normally flawless. In certain games it doesn't work until you've actually sorted out the rendering panels. So what I do know is that Elite Dangerous doesn't actually allow viewports, so you can't have 3 viewports and align it and set it up correctly, unlike something like American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck 2 Simulator 2. They have viewports, so you can look out the left and right windows and have the correct visual representation. In this, it's a screen stretch, so we have given ourselves a plane of vision and we get some exaggeration on the left and right panels. Because I've got my panels set around about 80 degrees to the plane, it doesn't stretch it so much. Here we go, we are acquiring planet data as we fly around this bad boy, and we are just going to align ourselves with there. That sun's rather hot. We're down to 61 degrees. We're going to boost and go. I feel there's some threats here. I've got two spaceships coming in close, and I hope to launch before they get anywhere near me. Here we go, here's the clock. So that was a high security state. They were probably police or space patrols or whatever you want to call them. the different factions in the universe control different states, and there's different types of aggression that you can encounter. Now I'm just going to pick the flat perpendicular plane. I'm going to press 1. I'm going to just scroll down to VBOO dock. I'm going to click the button. Then we're going to super cruise in. I'm going to press 1 again, and then I'm going to align with that station and let it fly us in. Here we go. Here we go. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a space co-pilot called Gizmo. She's actually an absolutely cute little angel. Here she is. Don't know if you can get her on the forward camera. You should be able to see her over my shoulder. Maybe. She's a little angel. She's a little lady. And she likes to be with her dad. Don't you? Come on. Yeah. So not far to this planet, there seems to be no other spaceships in the zone. So we're just going to fly into this 20 seconds. And that'll see us at our destination. We'll call that it for a brief introduction to Elite Dangerous. There is so much more to see. There's external cameras, etc, etc. But I genuinely think you are just entitled to... I don't mean entitled, I think that's wrong. I think we're allowed at this point to just see what the game is and what its basic functionality is. We won't go into mining and all that stuff. We're just having a look, just seeing what it's like. Here we go. Here's our destination planet. We're actually going to a space station that orbits the planet, and the key bit of data is that the space station in this case, slightly different to the last one. These space stations, their open entrance always points to the planet they spin round. So if we're going in and we don't have a flight computer, you know which side to find it on. VBOC hub is where we're going. Our speed's fine. It's just the distance we need to get a bit closer. And as soon as it does, it will take us in. There we go. And there's our destination. We will press 1.
Lincoln Alpha Tango Charlie. This is an independent star system commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down. Request approved.
So
For landing on docking bay 4-1.
So
Clear for automated approach, commander.
So as soon as we get that clearance, we reduce the throttle to 0. The automated docking system takes over, and it'll fly us in. And it is quite efficient. Boring? Different space stations to look at. Sometimes you get to see the planet, and then we get to fly in, and it is pretty majestic sometimes. You get different types of space stations, and it's great to fly in and find those. Sometimes they're not like an orbital space station, they are space platforms. But also they're at different levels of construction. So this one is relatively new. It's got construction underway. So you can see some danger signs there. Danger, keep clear. That's different types of docking ports, and here we go. Here we go. We're going in. So we're just going to go hangar. And it's quite an industrial station this, so you'll see a different feel to the hangar, but ultimately it's just different renderings, and it's different. It keeps a different feel. It feels quite, I don't know, feel quite threatened. It's the red lighting, feels a bit weird, but we'll see. Let's go and drop our passenger off. And as he alights and goes about his business, we'll have a quick look into the shipyard, and with $29 million we will see credit.
Incoming message.
Well, that's great, thank you very much. So we got 1,000,000 transport there. Look, he's only 12.57 light years away. We could be making some buckaroo. But we'll just have a quick through the shipyard. I'll refuel while we're here. Shipyard. So that's the ship we own. It's a Type 6 Lakon. We're in outfitting. I wasn't sure we needed to be in outfitting. I thought we wanted to go to shipyard. So the Sidewinder is the spaceship that everybody starts with, and then you have different types. So you have fighters, transporters, haulers. Haulers where I went immediately. I've had an adder. There's a Viper. It's a combat ship, and it gives you a brief description of what it is. That's a Viper Mark IV. A keelback is a smaller version of what we're flying. It's based on the Type 6, but it's a fighter. So that's roughly what we've got. Type 9's where we need to go. Need 75 million for that. Potentially I could progress to a Type 9 pretty much straight away. So if I was to click purchase, cost of the new ship, part exchange, I'm only getting 3 million for my ship. So there's nowhere in the world at this time that we can afford this bad boy. We need in the region of 72 million to be able to purchase that. So yeah, let's see what else is available. An Anaconda. That's what we need to be in. Big monster. That's what I'm flying in my other game on the PlayStation. But let's have a look into outfitting. We're going to look at core internals, so we're going to see what we've got in the situation of... We're currently running 4 E's on thrusters. We've got a 3A power plant, so let's see what we can do in power plants. 3A, it's as good as it gets here. We can't do anything with that. 4E thrusters, so we're looking for... Got none of them. Can't do anything with any of that. That's all pretty poor. Frame shift drive in a 4. Let's browse the shop. Haven't really got anything there. We got a 2 at 160, a 2A. That's a smaller unit. We got nothing there. Back it up. We're running a 2A power distributor. We could move to a 3 in this case. There's a 3B. What does that do for us? We're running a 2A. We're actually looking... What are we running at the minute on a 2A? We've got light years of 22.89. If we ran to a 3B, we go to 22.4. A 3C gives us more power. So with that we might be able to actually up our capabilities of jumping faster. But what does that give us? Slightly less power, but we get faster recharge, etc. I actually think it's worth going to 3B. So buying options, and we're just going to exchange it. It's not going to cost us a lot. Look, it's going to cost us 6 grand, so we'll do that. There's no stock of life supports, but what we're going to do, we've got a 4C fuel tank. I generally don't think there's anything different on the fuel tanks. No. So we got a 3B there. Let's just... I don't think we had anything different. I think the thrusters at 4E... Yeah, we haven't got anything. None of these will actually kick us, so we'll see where that is. And then optional internals. This is just all our stuff. Let's see if we can upgrade our business units to first class. There's no passenger units there, is there? No. So that's us. We've upgraded a little bit and we're doing better. So advanced maintenance. Now here's the other bit. Paintwork just needs updating. I can't get that to pop. Paintwork doesn't seem to want to it's not working on the paintwork. So ultimately, in here we have the ability to do other bits and pieces. So when we progress through the game, we will then be able to upgrade our stuff by adding alien technology, but we're not near that yet. We are a long way from that. So it's the remote workshop we need to go, where we get blueprints, where we can over engineer our kit. But as it stands, folks, that's where I'm going to leave you in the game today. And I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. Maybe I'm talking too much, maybe it's a bit long, but ultimately it's a beautiful game. And thank you for stopping by and watching. Leave us a like and subscribe. Leave us a comment if you want to see some more. Take care, folks. All the best. See you on the other side.